Hi everyone, I'm Claire.
And I'm John.
And today we're talking about Unit 9, Tamam Shud. Strange phrase, right?
Yeah.
Have you heard that phrase before?
I've heard that Tamam shouldn't. I had
Really,
to do
John?
it. I had to do it. And I just thought of that too. It
Really?
wasn't planned. I'm just that
Your
sharp.
spontaneous wit, John.
Oh boy. So what's this about?
stuff.
Sorry.
Well, it's, do you like Agatha Christie?
Yes, of course.
It's a kind of Agatha Christie story, but it's real life. It's a mystery, there's a death, there's an unexplained code, there's poetry, there's twists and turns, and it's very exciting.
Was there a lot of poetry in Agatha Christie?
No, but there were a few Shakespeare references.
There we go. That's close enough, I guess.
Close to poetry.
Exactly.
So yes, this is an unsolved mystery, and I really enjoy reading Agatha Christie stories. But I think actually this is much stranger than any of the Agatha Christie stories I've read.
Yeah. So what is a famous unsolved mystery? A real one, not the one that an author writes.
Probably my favorite is an odd case, I think from the 1990s.
Okay.
A man checked into a hotel in a tiny little town on the coast of Wales. And the staff said he had a German accent, and he checked in with a Austrian passport.
Ah, okay.
They didn't think anything of it. He was going in and out of the hotel every day for about 3 days. Then one day, he just never came back. 3 days after that, a body washed up on the shore of that beach. So they started to investigate. Who is this guy? They traced him back to the hotel. They checked the passport. It was a fake passport.
Oh, of course.
They checked his room. No identification, no clothes even, not a single trace.
And this body was him, I'm guessing.
Yes, because they had CCTV of him coming in and out.
Oh, good, the 90s.
And
in
so,
England.
yes.
Yeah.
We had CCTV a lot back then. And so they even tried sending his DNA and his fingerprints to Austria and Germany, because apparently he was speaking, they were convinced by his accent. So they wanted to check, was he on record there? Nothing.
I can just imagine he was like, I'm just going to take this fake passport and speak slightly in a bad German accent. No one's going to know.
Yes, it was probably.
In Wales.
I guess, yeah. How many Germans have the Welsh?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that is, and like no DNA matches.
No DNA matches.
I would think that the police would be like, let's spend a little extra money and just send this off to every country in the world.
They probably should have tried more than one country, yes. How about America? Give us an American story.
I think this is probably the most popular one in America for a missing, unsolved mystery. No dead person yet. We'll get to that later. But go back to the 1970s, before CCTV, and in America too, so still no CCTV. Well, some places anyways. 70s, you're in a airport. Guy walks up to the counter and says, do you have this certain model of plane flying today, right now? They're like, yeah, one's happening in just an hour. And he's like, I'll take a ticket to that. Here's the cash, here's a random ID, and see you on the plane. Man gets on the plane, sits down, looks pretty calm, smokes a cigarette, drinks some whiskey. Again, 1970s. Smoking cigarettes like left and right. And plane takes off. They don't think anything of it because everyone smokes. Smoking cigarettes, and suddenly he says, excuse me, miss, here's a note, please read it. And the stewardess, being someone who was used to being handed notes by men, pocketed it and walked away. But he said, excuse me, you're gonna wanna read that note. She unfolds it and says, I got a bomb, you need to do what I want to do. And so she hands it to the pilot, who's probably up there drinking and smoking as well. I don't know, I'm joking. But it could have been.
It could have been, you never know.
And basically over the next many hours, the plane lands, he takes hostages, he gets some parachutes, he gets some money from the US government. The plane goes back up, he puts that money onto him, puts the parachute onto him, opens the back door of the airplane, because it was a smaller airplane and there was a back door to it, and says, toodaloo, jumps off. into the night.
James Bond, man.
James Bond style, never to be seen again. And this man's name, well, we don't know his name, but the title he was given was D.B. Cooper or Dan Cooper. Anyways.
It sounds like a show when you
Yeah.
describe that story. It's
Yeah.
almost
It's,
unbelievable. I'm too excited. Let's go ahead and read the article.
Tamam Shud. In 1948, a well-dressed man was found lying on a beach in Australia. There was no ID on him, and the labels had been cut out of his clothes. In his pocket was a scrap of paper with the Persian words Tamam Shud, meaning it's over. The scrap had been torn from a book of poetry which was found nearby. On the back of the book, somebody had written a strange coded message. There's still a lot we don't know, but after nearly 75 years, it appears that DNA testing has revealed the man's identity.